Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today we're going to be doing a video on Yusaku Fujiki's new deck. Now, we don't know what the deck is going to be, so this is basically a theory on what I think the deck is basically going to be. And for you guys who don't know what I'm on about, Yusaku Fujiki, I believe that's his name at least, hopefully it is, because I don't want to be wrong on this. Yeah, Yusaku Fujiki. Yusaku Fujiki is the new main protagonist from the 6th Yu-Gi-Oh series, or the 5th spin-off, or whatever you like to call it. But basically, this video, guys, is me telling you what I think my idea, or what I believe the new deck of the new protagonist will be, or basically the ideas of what it's going to look like, or anything along those lines. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to have to explain my reasonings behind some of this. So, let's go through the 5 protagonists. Now, the first protagonist was Yugi. Now, Yugi's deck was basically a bunch of cards mashed together. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally was, just a bunch of cards mashed together, no archetypes, none of that. It mainly revolved around spellcasters with, like, the Dark Magician Girl. Originally, it revolved around Exodia. Well, kind of had Exodia in it. It had Blue Eyes, it had Dark Magician, like it had all these cards in it originally because it originally belonged to Yugi Moto's grandpa, which I can't remember his name, so Grandpa Moto. I'll call him for now because brain can't remember his name. It's been a while since I've watched the series. So Yugi's deck was basically a mashup of all these different cards, mostly spellcaster cards. So that was the first one. The next one was Jaden, of course, who had an archetype which was heroes, basically warriors all out. Just Jaden, just messing up with heroes, just doing all he can do with a hero deck. Then we went on to Yusei, who had his junk deck. So yeah, we know he had a junk deck. So yeah, junk. Then we had Yuma, the one who shall not be named, who had another kind of cluster deck, who had just a big mashup of cards. It had Gagagas, it had Dododos, it had Go-Go-Go's, it had all sorts of different monsters in it. It had stuff like Utopia Spy or something, I can't remember the name of the card. It had a lot of different cards in it, so that was another mashup deck. And finally we get to Yugioh, who had Performer Pals, another archetype-based deck. Now, going through all these series, now that we're talking about it, none of them have anything in common. None of their decks have anything in common except for 2 of them, and that would be Yugi and well, they do have things in common, such as Yusei, Jaden, and Yugioh had archetypes, and Yugi and Yuma had clusters, so basically mashup decks. Well, my idea for Yusho's new deck, Yusaki's new deck, I believe his deck is going to be another mashup deck. Now, what really brings me to this conclusion? Well, his description. He's someone who's never really played Duel Monsters before in the anime. He's just getting into it. He thought he would try it out because he's never tried it before. He's going in to try new things. Now, he has never played the card game before. He has never done anything in Yu-Gi-Oh! He's always been in the shadows. So why would he play a sort of archetype-based deck? Why? Why would he play an archetype-based deck? There's no reason behind him playing an archetype-based deck. So, because he's just entering the game, it would make sense for him not to have a proper deck. It would make more sense for him to have a mashup deck. So, it's going to probably be... I could see him, honestly, having something like... I don't know, something like Yuma's deck, where it has a ton of different sort of archetypes in it, different types, such as spellcasters, warriors, anything really. I could really see him having just a mashup of all these different cards, and it really would make sense because it would mean that we've had 3 archetype-based protagonists: Yusei with Junk and Synchrons, Jaden with Heroes, and Yu with Performer Pals. a new mashup one and 3 mashup ones with Yuya, I mean not Yuya, Yuma, Yugi, and Yusaku. So it would really make sense for him to have like a mashup deck, so he has like all sorts of decks, all sorts of different cards mashed together to make something decent but not good, obviously, because I don't expect him to actually win his first match first game in the actual anime, because that wouldn't make too much sense. Like it wouldn't really make much sense for it to be an archetype based deck. Well, because he's just gotten into the game, he doesn't know how to play that well. He's just trying it out, see if he likes it. Like it's obviously he's gonna like it, he's gonna enjoy it because he's gonna be the main protagonist. But I can't actually see him having a proper archetype based deck if he's never actually played the game before. So yeah, I know I don't have a lot to say about this. I know I don't. I know I didn't. Like, this is just basically all speculated on theories by his description, how he's never played the game before, how he's trying it out, how he's going into new things. But I could really, really see him just playing a mashup deck of stuff like spellcasters, warriors, rocks, whatever sort of types of monsters are in it, with obviously the new summoning method in it, where he has like a 25 2000 attack point monster, such as all the main protagonists have had, and his rival obviously will have a 3025 monster. But yeah, I believe his deck will be a clusterfuck of cards, just like a big mashup. Like, there's no reason for it not to be, there's no reason for it to be, but I really do believe it will be sort of a mashup sort of deck, which would make a lot of sense, seeing as he's never played the game and he doesn't really know how to construct a good enough deck. So yeah, guys, that's just my theory on what Yusaku Fujiki's deck will be for the anime. I'm predicting it's a mashup deck. Hopefully I'm right, because it would make sense and it would make it more interesting, because it means along the way he's going to learn how to adjust his deck, make it better, sort of stuff like that. Adjust it to how you ride card games on hoverboards and stuff. Just make it a good deck. But hopefully, guys, you see my reasoning behind this. See that there's been 3 of the protagonists with archetypes, and then 2 of them with just mashup decks. So it would make sense for them to make another mashup just to make the numbers equal. Plus, he's never been in the game before, so making a mashup deck would be probably the first thing anyone does. Because honestly, anyone who's played this game, who's obviously gotten into it by themselves, doesn't know anything about the game. They just create something mashed up. They just create something crazy, just something that doesn't really play well, but it's just really interesting to play and just watch, because it's just like it's your own creativity going into it. You don't know how you're building the deck, but you're building it your way, your style. You don't know what you're doing though, so it does make sense for him to have a mashup deck. And yeah, so hopefully you guys agree with me on this. Hopefully you guys understand my theory behind this. So this is my theory video of how Yusaku Fujiki's deck will basically be like. Tell me what you think of this theory in the comment section below. Tell me what you think Yusaku Fujiki's deck will be. Tell me if you think it will have the new summoning method. Tell me if you think he will have the 25-2000 monster. I definitely think he will, but tell me if you think he will. Tell me what you think his rival is going to be like. I've got other ideas for theories for the series. I'm probably going to review this series as well, because it looks like I would really enjoy doing this subject. Who knows, maybe I'll do more videos on theories on this new series. But yeah, guys, I'm just rambling on now. I know this has been partly ramble, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, guys, tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think Yusaku Fujiki's deck will be like. Like, comment, subscribe, press the bell button, because YouTube's stupid notification button, you have to press it otherwise you could be desubscribed and you might not be able to see my videos. But yeah, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think Yusaku Fujiki's deck will be. Press the bell button because of YouTube's stupid algorithms. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.